if I got 50 million views doing like business type content, I would have made probably millions of dollars compared to the thousands that I made. I had a video that had a product tagged, and I think it got 7 million views, and I think we sold 2 units. That conversion rate is awful. If they knew what I know and if they knew what John knows, they would pay $300 a month for it. They would pay $500 a month because there's that much value in terms of being able to scale properly and actually do the program. And I don't know what business there is that is in existence where you can start with $0 and start cash flowing $5,000-$10,000 in the first year. Like if you can create content and if you can get attention, you will never struggle for money.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Side Hustle Experiment Podcast. Today we have Trevin Peterson back in the house. He's done over $17 million in sales online before the age of 30. He's the owner of Viral View. He makes crazy TikTok videos that have gone viral. So we're going to get into all of that today. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's an honor to be back.
Yeah, man. So I was just scrolling YouTube shorts the other day, doom scrolling, and I see somebody pop up and hitting golf with their kid. And I was like, this is pretty good. Because I'm a golfing guy. I've been into it recently. And I was like, I think we interviewed that guy. So what's been going on with that? Those videos are going like pretty viral, right?
Yeah, so it's funny that you bring that up. That's been as of the last couple months. So I have, at the time when we started it, he was 18 months old and he's addicted to golf. And the guy won't put the club down. He doesn't want to watch cartoon videos. He'd rather watch golf videos. So I like watching some YouTube golf. Grant Horvat, Bryson DeChambeau, like I'll just go and watch, and he'll sit there and he'll be glued to the screen. And we'll try to get him to watch other content, and he won't. And so basically, as he was watching this content, he started picking up things and like swinging. And then I got him a set of clubs and he just started whacking. And I kid you not, every single day the kid wakes up and he's like, golf. And he just wants to swing. And so I was like, okay, this is fun. And my brother, who's been on the podcast, he was like, dude, you should do a series of hitting a ball every single day until he gets a hole in one. And so we started doing it and it just blew up. And I think the first series, we had over 50 million views in a span of 30 days and just exploded. And then we did a second series and then we did a third. I think have we done a fourth? I'm not sure, but I know we've done 3 and it's just continued to do insanely good and it blew up. TikTok, we grew 120,000 followers in basically a span of 2 months. My YouTube channel, I grew almost 100,000 subs in 2 months. Instagram grew like 40,000 followers and it just exploded everything. It's great. It doesn't necessarily help my businesses all that much, but at the same time, it's just super fun to be able to have something that I can do with my boy. And it's been a journey. So it's super fun and super random, but yeah, the videos crush it.
Yeah, he's good too. You're good too, right?
I mean, I'm not amazing, but like I can defend my own on the course.
Yeah, you guys, I was like, man, for a kid, that's like better than I would chip a shot. It's like really good. So you might have like a golf prodigy on your hands.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping. And if it continues on this trajectory, I think he could be like a legitimate like golfer. It's just whether or not if he wants, and if he wants it bad enough, then I think he can, especially because I'll give him whatever he needs to make it happen. And luckily I'm in a situation where I can. And I think he'll have a upper hand with that. And then if he just has the passion and the determination and the motivation to do it, I mean, he's set up to do it if he wants, but obviously I can't force him to do it.
Yeah. You said it wasn't no business correlation there. I was going to ask that, like all those excess subscribers that you haven't seen like a bump in revenue or anything anywhere.
I mean, I've landed some brand deals and do some partnerships. It definitely increased my ad revenue on YouTube, on TikTok. It definitely increased. So like I didn't not make any money. So I mean, on those 50 million views, like I got paid, but like if I got 50 million views doing like business type content, I would have made probably millions of dollars compared to the thousands that I made. And so, yes, we made some money, and he actually bought his own putting green in our backyard with the money that he made.
That's awesome, man.
So we put like a little chipping green, and I was like, "Hey, you made some money. We're gonna." Obviously, he has no idea, but the money that we made from some of the ad revenue, I'm like, "Hey, let's put it towards a chipping green," and we put just right in my backyard, and so that will be kind of the next phase. Is we got to get him dialed in on the putting.
Interesting. Did you, for the TikTok stuff, did you have any product that was tied to it that you were using?
Yeah, so on a few of the videos, I kind of split tested where I would tag the product and then I wouldn't. And the video is over a minute long. You can get creator rewards is what they're called on TikTok. So if you have over 10,000 followers, you can become eligible for creator rewards. And so on those videos over a minute, like they do really well. And I think at one point, one video did like $800 in a day. But the issue is it spikes up and then it just dies. So it's not like this continued like growth. And so like there is some good money. And like if I was to do those series every single day forever, like we could make some serious money, but it's just, I mean, it's a lot of effort and I can only get my boy to swing so many times every single day. And so you definitely saw like some good growth with that. And I made more doing it that way using creator rewards than actually tagging products. So I do the affiliate program as well. And I tagged like the golf products and they just don't sell that great. Like, for example, I had a video that had a product tagged and I think it got 7 million views and I think we sold 2 units. And it's like that conversion rate is awful. Like if I have a shot video that gets 1 million+ views, like I'm making tens of thousands of dollars. But since this one was more like a viral, wasn't necessarily selling the product, it was just like super fun and engaging to watch. It didn't lead to very many conversions or purchases of the product.
That's crazy, that many views and no purchases. But did you have any CTAs in there, or was it just the thing at the bottom?
Nope. And that's the thing is there's no call to actions. And so it was just like, hey, just playing with my boy. And I think if I would have, it might have. And like I've done videos where I've had call to actions and they'll get a ton of views, but I just think that TikTok is serving that video to people that want to watch it, but they're not necessarily the best buyers. And so I'm able to get a lot of views from it, but it's not, at least on TikTok affiliate. And like, and when I say they're not getting sales, like they're still getting sales. It's just not as like the conversion rate is just not very good comparative to other shot videos. And I think TikTok's algorithm is also kind of confused about it as well. And so that's kind of, if anything, it's almost hurt my TikTok affiliates because it shows like all these videos and like you'll see on my shot videos, people are like, we just want Brixton, show Brixton. And that's my boy's name. And so TikTok is now confused on who to show the videos to. Is it like, hey, do I show them to the people that are watching the golf videos or do I show them to the people that are buying the TikTok products? And so it's just kind of all over the place. And so that's one thing that has kind of hurt me, if anything. But in the long run, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that of like, okay, so you have like your personal brand where you have like the software and the coaching and that stuff. Then you have like the TikTok shop where you're like doing affiliate. Now you're like this entertainer type guy. Like you probably do have to find a split at some point because these audiences are just like they're not gonna mesh, I guess. I mean, do you think at some point you'll have to create separate accounts for this type of thing?
100%. It is definitely a complicated scenario that I'm in. I created a Instagram account for my son, and so we're kind of starting to do that, and so we can do some of the golf content on there. Honestly, dream scenario, once he's able to golf and like actually play a full round, I think it would be fun to be a father-son YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
And at that point, I mean, and that's, we're talking probably 5+ years down the road. But at that point, I would just probably convert all of my content to golf. Because at that point, like my business is, I mean, I don't know where I'll be in 5 years, but I'll probably be in a situation where I don't need to work. And if I'm in that situation, it's like, okay, I'll just golf with my son and use that as kind of my side project business venture to keep my mind going and stay in the game.
Yeah. It's not like it's no money. Those YouTube golfers, I know
Dude,
those
they make
guys
a
are making so
ton.
much money. Yeah.
It's insane. So I mean, that would be a dream. to golf every day or golf 3 times a week with my son and get paid to do it and have companies fly us out to different courses or get sponsorships from these golf brands, like that would be amazing. So I'm not writing that off, and I think that definitely can happen. I mean, we already have a company reached out that has like this retreat place at this golf like country club. I think it's in New Hampshire, and they wanted to fly us out and play the course. And it just didn't line up with schedule. So like we're already getting that type of like attention, and we're not even really trying that hard. And so once we kind of get into the swing of things, like that can definitely open it up. But I'm just so focused on other things that like I just don't have the time to do everything that I want all at once. So that's kind of the biggest thing, is trying to find that balance. But then going back to the point of like opening up multiple different channels, like I can do that, but like for me, like I want to be able to have a balance of all the content and just say, hey, this is me.
Mhm.
I like golfing with my son. I like traveling. I like business. If you ride with that, cool. If not, like that's totally fine. And the thing that I've also seen is like the social media networks are pretty smart. I did mention that TikTok was kind of confused, but I feel like Instagram and YouTube, like they can serve it to the right audience. And so like they'll start seeing like they'll start to serve it to the right people and know like, okay, this type of content this person likes, and this type of content this person likes. And so that's kind of what I'm hoping to do, is at this time where obviously I have so many businesses, I kind of have to stay in that business realm. And so I'll keep doing that, and hopefully things will just work itself out with time.
I think that's awesome too, because it would be crazy if, who knows, if he goes pro or something, and then you had the whole thing like on you. Like imagine being able to watch like Tiger Woods like all progress like the whole thing. That would be like insane.
It would be cool for sure. I mean, there could be some cool documentaries. I mean, they have videos of like Rory McIlroy when he was young swinging, and I wish there was more. Like it's super fun to see them at such a young age. And yeah, if he does progress, like it would be a very cool story to share.
What I find interesting about the YouTube goal, I don't know if you've thought about this, but me and my friends, we were wanting to start, we're all really bad. So we were wanting to start with this more entertaining based. But then I came to the conclusion, I'm like, wait a second, we'll have to hire like an in-house editor, because you can't drop a 6 hour file or a 5 hour file over like Google Drive and expect the quality to be good. I was like, I guess if you're going to run one of those, you have to have someone that like you can deliver a flash drive to, they can edit the video and put it back, which is kind of a big barrier to entry with this YouTube golf stuff. Like no one can just do it. You have to pay a lot of money to kind of do that.
It's expensive. I mean, the editing and the quality, and I mean, they, at least the big guys, they have like 3 filmers filming all the time. They have a cart cam filming, getting, I mean, probably an hour plus of content throughout the round. Then you have the guy at the hole, the guy behind, the guy at the side, and like it is definitely a crazy production. And so that's another thing, is like golf also is not
It's
cheap either.
expensive.
Like just paying for clubs and the rounds and the balls and everything, it's like it's a very, very expensive sport.
Yeah, see, that's like a huge, I don't know. It sounds so fun to do that, but it's like, man, you really got to have some money, yeah, to even play golf, but much less video. I didn't even think about the cart cam. So it's not just that round. You have to have multiple cameras. Maybe you have one of those, I don't know, whatever it is that tracks the ball flight. It's just a
Yeah, you
lot
have a
on top of it.
tracer, a drone. I mean, they have drone footage. I mean, it's a whole production.
Yeah, but fun though.
Yeah.
What don't you got, John?
Let's talk a little bit about the influencer program. How are you doing with the influencer program? I feel like there's like lots of talk that a lot of people are saying it's not going as well for them. I have not had that experience, but you have a whole community, so you probably know a little bit more than I do.
Yeah, so the influence program is amazing. It's incredible. But I think
Before we get into that, I wanted to let you know I created a totally free guide to get approved for the Amazon Influencer Program, how to scale it up, how I literally went from zero to $50,000 in just Amazon commissions alone. There'll be a link down below. The guide is absolutely free. It's about 33-ish pages, and I have a whole video walking you through the whole guide. So if you want to start making money on the Amazon Influencer Program, definitely click the link below.
where that conversation of the negativity or saying, oh, it's not going as good, it's because people are lazy. People expect to do nothing and expect just massive results. And it's like, I wish people understood the concept of building a business, because it's hard. It takes a lot of effort. It's not just going to magically build itself overnight. And so people are like, oh, well, I have 100 videos and like, I'm not making any money. And I'm like, okay, come to me when you can upload 100 videos in a single day. Because that's what I've done. Like, you're like, oh, I've been at it for 4 months and I have 100 videos. And I'm like, that's not that much. Like, I literally, Kate and I, in a single day, we uploaded 100 videos. And it's like, that to me, that's the type of effort that's required. And now, is that consistent? Do we upload 100 every day? No. But like, we have done that. And some of the most successful students, most successful clients, like, they'll upload 300 to 400 videos in their first month. And a lot of people, it takes them 6, 8, 9, 12 months to even upload their first 100. And so I think the name of the game with the influencer program is, one, you have to just be willing to put in the work. And I feel like a lot of times people aren't willing to do that. And then number two, you have to be able to put in the volume. And a lot of people get so in the mindset of it has to be perfect. It has to be this perfect scripted YouTube video that has perfect lighting, microphones, editing, thumbnails, all of this stuff. And it's like, that's the worst thing that you can do. I mean, if you go about it that way and it takes you 30 minutes to do a video, well, I can do 10, 15 videos in that same amount of time. So I'm getting out 15 times more content than you are. And then the last part of that is, the game has changed when it comes to strategy. And that's where, like, finding the right products is one of the most important parts. Leveraging creator connections. If you're not doing that, you're literally throwing thousands of dollars on the table. And then collaborating and partnering with brands is another aspect to it. So I would say the people that are struggling are lazy. They're not putting out the videos and they just expect to make a bunch of money. And then 3, they have zero strategy and they're scratching their head like, hey, like, I'm doing this, but like, I'm not getting the results. And it's like, well, yeah, if you look at the videos you review or the products that you're reviewing, they're garbage, and you're competing against thousands of other influencers. And like, at that rate, it's going to be very difficult to succeed.
I like that a lot. Like the whole, like 100 videos. Like I'm about to upload 50 after we do this, and I filmed them all in a day. And then my first month I did 500. Like I was like, I'm doing 500, and then I'll decide whether I like the program or don't like the program, whether it's worth it or not. And that was my bar, and I was like, around my house, my parents' house, 500. Like, oh.
And people overcomplicate it. Now, we do come from maybe a little bit different background, and maybe there are certain people that don't, this is their first business venture. And I think that's also another reason why there's some talks of like, oh, it's not as good. And it's like, okay, how many businesses have you built? How many different things have you tried? And a lot of them, this is their first go at it. And any business, like any of your first businesses, it's an eye opener. It's basically just getting kicked in the face and being like, oh, this is way, way different than what the internet like described entrepreneurship as. And yes, entrepreneurship is great, and you can have that laptop lifestyle and the luxury things, but like, that's like 0.1% of what it actually is. The other 99% is grinding, doing things that you don't want to do, late hours, working through the night, waking up early, sacrificing hanging out with friends, sacrificing toys and electronics, just wasted thing. Like, the list goes on of like the things that people have to give up if they want to succeed. And when I say, like, my definition of success is very different than probably your definition and a lot of people's definitions. And so my kind of definition of success is like, I want FU money type stuff. Like I'm looking to not just make a couple $100. Like, I'm looking to make thousands and tens of thousands per month. And so depending on the individual, obviously my advice would be different. If you're like, hey, I just want to make an extra couple $300 a month to cover my car payment, well, then the strategy is going to be very different. And it's going to be a lot easier. But if you're like, hey, I want to make an extra $1,000, then it's like, okay, well, you're going to have to take a step up. But if you're like, hey, I want to make this my full-time income, well, that's where you're going to have to get really down in the trenches. You're going to have to get down and dirty and ready to just put in a lot of effort to actually make that a reality.
Yeah, you mentioned something there about like cutting out this kind of stuff. And maybe we talked about this on the last pod, but even with more stuff that you have going on, I'm just interested in this. Do you just do nothing that wastes your time? Like you have no, do you feel like that's kind of the superpower? Because how do you do all this stuff and like you're very proficient in all these things? What do you think's the attribute to success there?
I was actually literally on my phone, on the phone with my mom right before this podcast, and I was talking about it. And I won't mention any names, but I was like, if this person knew what I was doing on a daily basis and what I was experiencing, what went through my mind and my schedule, they would crumble. They would cry. They wouldn't be able to keep up. And I think it's just with time. So over the years, like when I very first started, there were so many instances where one little tiny hiccup would come into play, and it would shatter me for like 2 days. And I'd be like, and I just get down and I just be like almost depressed and like, "Oh, I can't do this. Like I'm never going to bounce back." Like I'd get a bad review on one of my Amazon products and I'd be like, "Well, my Amazon business is going bye-bye. I'm never going to be able to succeed again." But over the years, like I'm almost just become immune to problems and issues and just constant tasks coming at me basically every single hour of every single day, that I've just built up a callus of that's just kind of the life that I signed up for. And so to kind of answer your question, like to try to balance everything, it it's a never ending process, and it's very, very difficult. And I don't really wish upon very many people the stress and obligations that I have. And again, I've brought them on myself. I have my things in 5 million different things. And so it didn't happen overnight. And so it basically just started with one thing, then it led to another, and then it led to another. And now I'm able to kind of actually get through the day to day. And so I wouldn't say I'm the most efficient person. Like I'll go watch YouTube golf. Like that's kind of my vice. Like I'll sit and I'll spend 45 minutes a night watching a YouTube golf episode. I also this is super random and kind of nerdy, but I play Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go. Have you guys played Pokemon Go before?
Long time ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I had never played it until just a couple months ago, and I'm like, dude, this is fun. Like this is entertaining, and it's actually gotten me out of the house, out of my office, so that I'm not working. So it's like, hey, let's go to dinner, and I'm like, okay, fine. Like I guess I'll go. And then while I'm driving or whatever, while I'm there, I can kind of play my Pokemon Go. That's a super nerdy thing, but like that's something that does get my mind outside of business, because my mind is 24/7, kind of just thinking business. And so you have to have things like that to stay somewhat sane. Because if not, like you can't just keep up with it 24/7. I've gotten into running, and that has helped me a little bit. So like I'll go in the mornings and I'll run, or at night, and that will just kind of help me get started with the day or just decompress for the day. Golfing is another one. Like I love going golfing, and that's probably the one activity where I can go and disconnect 100% from business. And yeah, other than that, I'm on the clock 24/7. Basically from the moment I wake up till the moment I go to bed, which is I'll go to bed around like midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, and wake up when my son gets up, which is anywhere from like 7 to 8 o'clock. And then if I'm running, I'm waking up between like 6 and 6:30. So like that's kind of my schedule every single day. And then the weekends, I try again. If my son lets me, we can sleep in, but sleeping in is like 8:30.
Wow. I mean, you do just do a lot of stuff. I mean, that's pretty cool, man. Like, I feel like I have a similar sleep schedule. I'm like, how does this guy manage all this stuff? Because sometimes, like, I think my problem, and I'm sure a lot of viewers as well, is these little things like you're one bad thing's happen, you're like, I'm checking out for the day, but you don't really have that option. It's like you have so many things going on, and you're so calloused to it all. It's like, okay, well, I just have to do the next thing. Who cares about that thing? We can figure that out later. But I think a lot of
Yep.
people get in like a doom loop of, oh, this went bad. Now my life's bad. It's just like a constant cycle. And then it's like, well, you end up making your life bad. You end up making these things worse just because you recognize it is bad, that type of thing, which I think that haunts a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, like for example, right now, one of my Amazon FBA brands, one of the listings got taken down because somebody reported a trademark infringement violation, which was totally just not even remotely true. It's been 6 weeks going back and forth with lawyers. I paid thousands of dollars at this point, and we finally got it reinstated. And like that can nag me. And at the very beginning, oh, dude, it pissed me off more than anything. And now, like, my lawyers were actually having to reach out to me like, hey, we need information. Like, hey, what's going on? And like, I was like almost like putting them off. Where like before it was like I couldn't even sleep at night. And then another person has been knocking off all my stuff, infringing on every single, like all my guides, templates, courses, literally verbatim has taken it. And so that's another legal issue that I'm dealing like there's just never ending problems that will come up when you are in entrepreneurship that like you don't expect when you get into it. And then you get into it and you're like, this is crazy. But then just the more that you do it, the more it just becomes like a normal day, which is kind of like I'm sure people are listening to this and are like, dude, Trevin is crazy. This guy is psycho. Like, I don't want to have his life. But like at the same time, I want you to be aware of that. And like, I obviously like maybe I don't want you to have my life and maybe you don't want to be me, but like I am so happy with where I'm at, what I've been able to build, and to have the freedom and the flexibility that I have. And I know that this isn't going to be uh a 30-year like stint. Like this is a short term, like over the next couple years, I just have to put in my time and I know it's going to pay off in the long run.
That's yeah. Do you have a team at all?
Yes. So I have a full-time assistant who helps a ton with a lot of my tasks, so that definitely helps. Will offload. I mean, that offloads cooking, errands. She'll manage all of my brand deals, partnerships, all my video content, uploading to TikTok affiliates, Amazon influencer. She goes back and forth with brands. And so basically, when it comes to TikTok affiliates and Amazon influencer, the only thing that I need to do is just film videos, which is the easiest part. And then she does the rest. And so that is definitely kind of a hack in terms of just opening up my time. And then I have an amazing wife who helps around the house and will keep the house clean. And we have cleaners that come also that will clean the house, landscapers that will landscape, so I don't have to worry about that. So like everything that I like, all the little miscellaneous tasks I've outsourced to where I don't have to do them. Because if you are doing that, like I think it was Alex Hormozy that was talking about it, where like if you just do this, you can buy back like 80 hours a week of your time. And since doing that, it's just allowed me to take on that much more and be that much more productive. And so I'm not focusing on laundry, cleaning, food, um, landscaping, like the what a lot of people are focusing on. Like I don't have to worry about that because that's off my plate. Um, and so yeah, so I have a team there. And then when it comes to like the different businesses, we definitely have team members that are over certain aspects. We have another full-time virtual assistant, and she basically just does anything and everything that we need her to do. We have a decently sized dev team that we're building out with Viral View, which is awesome. And that's been growing every single day. And then we have some coaches, and then some great partners, and then some agencies that help kind of fill the cracks. So like an editing agency, email, copywriting, and things like that. So it definitely, yeah, there's definitely a lot of people in my circle that help allow me to do what I do.
On the viral view stuff, do you how big of the team there? Do you have a marketing team at all, or are you the marketing team?
I'm basically the marketing team, so it's me, my brother, and then we have two others, and then we have there's almost there's nine of us in total
It's kind of a lot.
on the viral view side of things.
Do you have any big plans for that, like in the future? I don't know if we probably asked that too. It's probably a rehashing of a lot of stuff, but things change over the course of time like that. Do you think that this is going to be a big exit plan for the future, or do you think you have enough?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that it has a lot of potential. My main like my goal, if I'm being 100% transparent, is I want viral view to be the only thing that I have to wake up and worry about. I don't really want to have to worry about anything else. And I am so passionate about what we're building and what we have built and the results that we're getting people and the features and the tools that we're building. It's been so rewarding that like that's what I'm most excited about. And so like for example, like Viral View, our top tier plan is $79 a month. I have coaching programs where I've charged thousands to help people sell on Amazon to get started with TikTok. Um, and when I compare the two, I can get somebody almost better results using the software than I can coaching them one on one and charging them thousands of dollars. Now when it's one-on-one coaching, like my time is super valuable and I have to charge with what my time is worth. Like I only have so many hours in the day, so I have to charge that for coaching. Software, you can automate it and like I don't have to be on the call every single time, every single second, holding your hand, doing the things. And like the automations can work in the background. And so like the ROI that somebody can get using the software is almost instant. And not saying that the coaching is not important, not saying that the coaching is like doesn't provide value, but like when I just compare the two, it's like I like I'd rather somebody pay me way less and like we can get you way better results. And so like that has brought a lot more fulfillment and just excitement. And then the scalability aspect of it is more exciting. And yeah, I know this call has gone all over the place, but I don't know if this. I
It was
hope people are
good.
enjoying this,
Yeah,
but
that's our
that's kind of
podcast
how my
stuff.
brain
Yeah.
works. Is like my brain doesn't shut off, and it's
You're good, man. You're good.
I'm literally like I got scatterbrain
Actually,
is
take a
what I
step
call it.
back if people don't know what viral view is. Why don't you
Yeah.
just
So yeah. So viral view is according to polls and ratings and feedback, we're the number one software tool when it comes to Amazon influencers. So we help you find products, we help you automate creator connections. So it will help you basically accept campaigns, submit content. Basically, without this, like even a virtual assistant working 40 hours a week can't do what this does. We're able to automate brand reach out. So we're able to pull all of the different products inside Creator Connections to help you sort it, filter, and basically find the best products. And then you click a button and it will just send a bunch of messages to the brands to get you free products. There's probably 30 plus different features inside of Viral View, but that's kind of the gist of it is we help Amazon influencers make more while doing less. And it's been over 2 years now since we launched, or since we started it. We officially launched to like the public. It was January of 2024, I think. So it's been like a year and a half of like actually bringing on clients, but 2+ years in terms of like building things out. And it's been way harder than I'd ever imagined. Costs 20 times more than we anticipated. We had this budget of like, oh, we're going to launch it for like 5 grand and we're going to get it up and going. And that was far like that. It wasn't even remotely close. And so, yeah, I don't know if you have any other questions about that, but that's what Viral View is.
No, I would say like I've used it since I started, and it's awesome. And I don't know, I feel like the software I feel like is so good because like you take like feedback. Like I remember we were like texting, I'm like, yo, is there any way you could do this? And 2 days later, like, yo, here's a Loom video. I just like we're rolling this out tomorrow. So I think you guys do a really good job of that. And like I've tried some of the other stuff. It's just not as good. I'm not just saying that because you're on the podcast, but I just feel like that Creator Connections thing, I've probably doubled Creator Connections commissions since kind of doing that. And it's impossible to do manually. Like I have 3,000 videos. Like it's just not possible.
And
You
it's
have to
funny
run that
when
as an
people,
ad.
what was
You
that?
take that snippet as an ad, man.
Yeah, I should. But that's the thing is like what I've seen is most influencers, like going back to your first question of like people are struggling with like they're not getting the results that they want or they're complaining about the success that they're having. And it's again, it goes back to those people that are saying that don't have the business mindset that most entrepreneurs have. They're slowly working on it and over time they will. And so like I'm not bashing on them, but there's so many people that will come to me and be like, why would I pay $70 for this software? That's the biggest scam. And I'm like, you don't need to pay, you don't need to. Like that's totally fine. But like if they knew what I know and if they knew what John knows, they would pay $300 a month for it. They would pay $500 a month because there's that much value in terms of being able to scale properly and actually do the program, because without it, like there's been people that and our users that had virtual assistants that they were paying 40 hours a week to do what our tool can do in half the amount of time, quicker, better, faster, and we're talking 20 times cheaper. And that doesn't include the 30 other features that are included. And so I think that's where things have gone well, is the people that do realize the value in it, they are stoked and they're super excited. And what's also crazy is like we're actually cheaper than one of the biggest competitors in the space, and they don't offer half of what we offer. Again, not to discredit anyone in the space, but just when you compare apples to apples, it is interesting to kind of look at that dynamic.
I'm curious. You were talking about the coaching versus the viral view thing. What's do you have like any kind of funnel going to the viral view aside from just plugging the software, or does the viral view lead into the coaching, or have you thought about like packaging up a course with the viral view, or do you have any plans for that in the future? This is like kind of higher level business stuff, but I'm sure someone
Yeah.
would be interested in this type of thing.
Yeah. So the way that I look at it is most people have this negative connotation towards courses and coaching. And even though I think it's 100% necessary, like
Yeah.
the average person just getting into any type of program, whether it's selling on Amazon, Amazon influencer, TikTok, like if you just go buy a course, even if it's $2,000, $1,000, whatever it is, like you may not see the instant ROI right then and there, but in the long run, it will save you way more time and money than you can ever dream of. And so the coaching is great, and I think it's an important part. With Viral View, I don't really want to intertwine the coaching aspect of it. Um, I just want it to be an amazing software that people use. Like for example, like you look at Adobe. I'm sure Adobe has trainings on how to use their tools, but like they don't have like a separate course for $2,000, and maybe they do to use Adobe.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's 10,000 other creators that have created courses of like, hey, here's how to use Adobe, here's how to use Lightroom. Adobe, for those that don't know, it's just a big tech company that you can do, like they're known for their Photoshop and their video editing. And so it's kind of that concept of like, if we can just build an amazing product, I hope that course creators and coaches will use that product in their coaching and show them how to use it and take advantage of it. And so that's kind of the play and kind of approach that we're going is Like, I don't want to compete against other courses. I don't want to be a competitor. Like, I want to be a value add to a course creator of like, hey, plug in this software. You're going to give a ton of value to your students. You're going to show them the best way to make the most amount of money. And then as a result, we'll give you a little kickback. We'll pay you a 25% commission on all the business that you bring to us. So it's a win-win. And so that's kind of the approach that we're going is not lumping in and adding the coaching aspect to it. It's just more of like a separate standalone product. And so far it's been good. Now we do have a ton of education and like a ton of content around it. Like obviously that's super important, but I'm not going to sell a course. Like Viral View is not going to sell a course. At least we don't have any plans to, nor, and someone actually asked me this yesterday. They're like, will you do one-on-one coaching calls? And I'm like, I no, I don't have interest in that. Like that's what other people can do. And so, yeah, for now, we're just focused on building out the best features and tools that we can for influencers.
Yeah, I never even thought about it. If you attach yourself with all these courses and stuff too, that probably makes it way harder to exit the thing. But if you're like relying on organic content creators pushing the software, that's like its own marketing engine. So yeah,
For
it
sure.
doesn't even, maybe it helps you short term to intertwine them, but long
It does. It helps with cash flow. It will help with kind of funding things. And so like there are, I would say most of our competitors, they have courses and coaching that they include or not include. It's a separate purchase. But at this point we don't, because I mean, just our Facebook group and our weekly live calls, like those are more than what most people are going to get into. Like people will pay thousands of dollars for courses and they can come into our community and they just basically get it for free. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The software thing's so like lucrative because yeah, you can make all this free content and really like care for customers, and it's like, well, all I need to do is just get the software sold. Like, and I know the software is valuable. I don't have to worry about like a bunch of other stuff that happens with teaching and stuff like that. And long term, it's just such a good play. Because you have somebody stay on your software for 4 or 5 years, that's a lot of money that they're going to give.
Yeah, and it can be lucrative for sure. What's funny is the business is doing well, but I have still yet to pull out a single dollar in the business, and it's been 2 years.
Wow.
And we've invested hundreds of thousands into it. And so that's the biggest thing with software is the barrier to entry is absolutely insane. And that's where most people they get excited of like, oh, I want to start a software company. And it's like, okay, like let's take a step back and let me show you what it actually entails. So this is my second startup software company. My first one, we got into it $200,000, generated like $5,000 in revenue, and poof, gone. Luckily, this one is doing better. I learned a lot from that first one, but like software, like if you're a beginner and you're like, oh, I want to do this, it's like Amazon influencer or selling on Amazon or doing books or Amazon FBA is going to be a way simpler, easier model. Now, are you going to be able to sell it for 10, 20, 50 million in 10 years? Like doing those models? Probably not. Actually, no, you're not going to. Software, will you? Yes. Are the chances likely? Maybe like 5%. I don't know. It's not very high. Like most fail, but it definitely can be lucrative if you do it right.
I feel like I heard a quote somewhere. I forgot what it was. It was either like only one. It was either 1 to 10% of businesses ever sell. So like the chances of you selling 1 in 10,
Yeah.
which is insane.
And another thing for me is I'm at a stage where like I'm not doing things as much for money anymore. Where like I feel like I have a good foundation. I have basically everything that I need from my I guess existing businesses that are outside of Viral View. And so it just allows me to not have to make decisions based on money. And I feel like that's where a lot of people struggle. And rightfully so. Like, we all need money. We all need to pay the bills. Like, at some point you have to be able to pay yourself. And I've just been in a fortunate enough situation where, like, I have my influencer business, I have my affiliate business, I have my FBA brands, I have my coaching, I do a lot of affiliate marketing. Like, I have all these other streams of income that I'm able to basically live off of, so it's not jeopardizing the like the decisions that we're making at Viral View. Because if I was paying myself throughout this entire thing, like, we would maybe have a fraction, probably 90%, like, less features, because I'm like, oh, I need to pocket the money. And it's like, no, we're not taking the money. We're rolling it back to the community to give back and to innovate and to make it that much better of an experience. Do you guys follow Savannah Banana, the banana ball, like the baseball
I went
thing?
to DC like 6 weeks ago. It was absolutely insane. It was so good.
Dude, watching that guy, if you just go watch his Instagram, he is, like, inspiring me more than, like, anyone right now. Of, like, he's like, we're not doing things how everyone is doing it, and this is, like, I don't even know, like, you just go watch his stuff, and, like, I'm trying to take his principles and it kind of injecting it into kind of what we're doing. And I mean, they're blowing up. It's insane. Like, they're selling tickets for $40, $60 when they could be charging 300, 500. They could be signing multi-billion-dollar TV deals, and they're like, no, screw it. We're streaming every single game for free on YouTube Live, for free.
It's Maine is we paid, I think, close to $600 for 2 tickets.
Because you on the
Yeah,
resale?
they don't
Yeah.
even. We were listening to a podcast on the way there, and that's his biggest gripe. It's like, we don't get any of that money, but people
Yep.
think we're getting that. It's like, no, like, these are the face value tickets, and they have no way to stop it, which sounds
Yep.
absolutely insane, but crazy.
So that's kind of an approach that I'm taking with business. Is like, uh I mean, they're wildly successful and they've blown up for a reason, and it's because they've delayed gratification. They've done things differently. They haven't been about them. They've been about the fans. And that's one thing that I've really tried to focus in on. Is it's not about me. It's not about the company. It's about the people using it. And if they're not having a good experience, and if they're not getting a good return, if they're not seeing the value, then it's impossible to build a long-term sustainable business. And so that's really where we're kind of focused on, is how can we just provide as much value that it's dumb saying no to.
I like what you said about the like delaying gratification on the cash flow type of thing, especially. Like, I think a lot of times on social media, we talk about this a lot. Like, there's all these like e-com and software and this type of stuff where it seems shiny and pretty, but like, if you don't have a lot of money or you don't have cash flow, you literally can't do those things. Like, they'll explode. And you've done so many different businesses at this point. Is there any kind of like tactical advice you can give to people of like, maybe I want to do Amazon FBA, or I want to do Amazon influencer, or I want to try to do X, whatever business? What would you tell someone that doesn't make a lot of money, that doesn't have a lot of money? Like, where do they start? There's so many things that look good. Where do I start at?
Amazon influencer. It's the greatest opportunity, that lowest barrier to entry, no capital required. And you can make, I mean, there's people that are making $5, $10, $12,000 per month with this program in a span of like 6 to 12 months time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what business there is that is in existence where you can start with $0 and start cash flowing $5,000, $10,000 in the first year. And like, that is straight cash that you can just take into your pocket and spend. It's not, oh, I have to take this money and reinvest into more inventory, or I have to reinvest into a warehouse, or I have to reinvest into this. It's like, no, that is just profit. And so it's a really cool model that allows people to build something, and then with that money, hey, enter into a different market, branch out, diversify if you want. And going back to, again, that original thing, like there are people that are doing the $5,000, $12,000, but the people that are doing that, I mean, they are taking this as like a legitimate business. It's not just some side hustle thing where they're spending an hour a day or an hour a week on it. Like they're spending multiple hours every single day and they're treating it like an actual job. But when you compare it to the alternatives, there's nothing that beats it. And so that's what I would tell people is like, hey, do this. You learn amazing skills along the way. You understand how Amazon works. You understand content. You understand how to create content. You understand brands. You understand basic product research as you get more involved into it. You start working more with brands and you start charging them fees. You start doing UGC. You start getting into YouTube. Like it just starts to compound. And before you know it, you now have a skill set that is invaluable. Nobody can take from you. And you can go into basically any industry and start making money with it. Like if you can create content, you're comfortable in front of the camera, you can do basic editing, you can do basic product research, like that will give you the upper hand when it comes to any other online business. Now, maybe not with construction, but I guess if you're going to go into construction, well, now you have a content background where you can film and document the journey of you creating content, and maybe it goes viral and then you get more clients in your construction business. So like there's always carryover with content creation, and it's kind of the center of everything right now. Like if you can create content and if you can get attention, you will never struggle for money. Like that's just kind of the reality of the market right now, is like if you can figure out a way to get attention, like there's always ways to monetize.
I can't agree more. And another benefit of kind of what you didn't say, and I have a question. I know we're coming up against the hour, but the amount of free stuff you'll get is insane. You want to tell them about the garage sale you guys did?
Yeah. So one of the features with Viral View is you can automate brand reach out on Creator Connections. And basically before we rolled it out, I mean, it was rolled out, but it was kind of new. My brother and I put it to the test and we're like, hey, we're gonna see what we can do with it. We reached out to 2,000 brands over a 30-day period. And we got over, at this point, it's over $30,000 of free product in less than a month. Literally, and this took us maybe 5 minutes per day using Viral View. And we just went in, found these brands, messaged them. We're still getting products sent to us to this day, and we are not reaching out to brands. We just get random stuff sent to our porch, and we're like, I don't even know where this came from. I don't even know who I sent this message to. I don't even know who this person is, but we are getting products sent. And we did that. It took forever to upload, and Cade, my brother, was kind of the one kind of doing the bulk of the work there. But he uploaded those videos. We ended up getting over 500 products out of the 2,000 reach outs, which, I mean, a 25% response conversion rate is absolutely insane. So we got 500 products. It literally quadrupled our commissions, our Amazon influencer commissions overnight. And then we had so much free product that we did a free garage sale to just give away the products because we didn't know what to do with them. So we had 500 people show up, and it was crazy. We had lines down the street, and we had people showing up 2 hours before the start time. So we started at 10 a.m. and we had people parking in front at 8 o'clock in the morning when we were just setting things up. We were like, hey, we're not started yet. They're like, no, it's fine. I'm just going to wait. I want the first dibs. And so we had lines, and what we did is like everyone got a free product. And then if they liked and followed our social media, they got a second product. And if they took a picture and then shared it on their story and tagged us, they got a third product. So you could walk away with 3 products just for showing up. And so it was 100% just free garage sale. And it was awesome. It was a crazy experience. So yeah, the free products is real.
Did the cops get called or anything? I imagine like
We actually
500.
did have the cops show up.
Thoughts.
They did come, but they literally just drove by and they're like, oh, okay, no, we're good. Like they didn't even bother, but they came by, they just analyzed it like, okay, this is fine, like, and they moved on.
It's funny. Yeah, I imagine they're like, how is this even possible? But free
Yeah.
stuff. I can imagine you got a lot of people for that. That's pretty cool.
Well, and the thing is like if we wanted to, again, if we were trying to suck all the money out of everything, like we could have sold that. Like we could have, like we're talking about in a span of a month, we got 500 products, over $30,000 of product. Even if we liquidated it for $5,000 and like just said, hey, just take it, all of it, I don't care. Like that's 5 grand. And then we quadrupled our commissions. And so like we're talking about close to $20,000 in profit from this single month that we could have made. Um, and so like the opportunity and the potential is there. It's just, again, you have to treat it like a business. And like if that was our full-time only focus and we didn't have the other projects, like that would be the strategy, is just how many products can you get for free, and then you can sell them. And John, I've been seeing you doing some resales on Facebook Marketplace. Like every single day, it's like $50, $100. It's like, dude, that adds up.
Yeah, at this last month was the best month. I think it's like $1,700.
Yeah.
This month will be on pace for more. We got some like really high end stuff, and it's like starting to really add up, like 300, 125, like, and now it's just like a system, like it's just insane. And then I have a liquidator, so anything I can't sell, he'll pay $2 for, which I don't care. And then we're kind of like friendly. We've been doing business for like 3 or 4 years. So he wants to double his money, and anything after he doubles, we split in half.
Oh,
So it's
sick.
absolutely insane. Like, and that alone is just like an insane opportunity.
And my sister did that. If you go to like a resale Facebook group in your local area, you can find hundreds of these people that will basically take your products and then sell them for you. So like if you don't want to sell them yourself, like they will sell them for you, and then you can work out a deal where, hey, we do a profit split or however. So yeah, that's insane. And that's another thing that like for me, um like I've been getting patio furniture sets.
Insane.
Like we're talking $800 patio furnitures. And the true story, so this is hilarious. And we can wrap things up, and I'm happy to go over if you guys want. But I got a patio furniture set. I listed it on Marketplace. Person came up to pick it up, and they're like, wait, are you that person on Instagram and YouTube? I'm pretty sure I follow you. I'm pretty sure I'm in your school group. And this person was one of my students. And they were basically taking my product because I had it listed for such a good price, and then they were flipping it.
That's insane.
And I'm like, this is hilarious. So like this girl comes up, buys this patio set. I think I sold it for like 350 or $300, and then she turned around and sold it for 500. And like obviously I probably could have sold it for more, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. I got it for free. I just want it gone. And like it was literally gone within 5 seconds of me listing it. Like I listed it, and boom, I got a message, and like I'm on my way. I'm like, done. So it's definitely a fun part of it, of like if you can start getting those bigger, higher ticket items, like one sell, like, and you make $300, and it took like that return on my time was insane. I get these big storage containers as well. They're like 100-gallon storage bins. Those sell amazing,
Yeah.
and I get them for free, and I sell them for $100. And I've gotten, I think, like 5 of them. And so it's like they just keep showing up, and then I just sell them, and I just keep selling them. And so like that alone, just in the free products, you can be making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 like pretty easily.
100%. Someone actually just sent me an $800 bed. I'm doing the review.
A what?
A bed.
Oh, a bed.
Like so nice. Like it feels so comfortable. Like absolutely insane. But yeah, those storage containers too. Like I've gotten a couple of those, and the one makes me a ton of money because I just put it out in front. I put all the product in there, so I leave the money in the box. So I don't have to be bothered like going in and out. And then I think a lot of people too, like I always get like comments on Instagram. They're like, "Oh, marketplace is so annoying." It's like, well, don't do it then.
and that's
There's
it.
so much upside though. It's like you guys aren't thinking, or it's like, oh, commissions are down. It's like, well, I'm doing like YouTube, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm reselling all this stuff. I have a liquidator, and it's like, yeah, it takes time to set up, but like let yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
Complaining
don't.
does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. Yet everyone always wants to complain, and it always seems to be the same people in like I'm like, okay, if you took the amount of energy that you are taking to complain on the internet and just refocus that into your business, your results would probably change. You'd probably get and make more money. But like they're so concerned about the money and then they complain about the money and then it's like I'm just like it doesn't make sense, but to each their own.
I wanted to talk about one more thing before we let you go here. You talk about seeing somebody that was in your school group. I had a friend probably a few months ago that was trying to learn TikTok shop, and they were like, "Yeah, I've just been watching this guy's videos," and I was like, "It was you." And I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
that's
we
funny.
interviewed that guy." I wonder if do you have like a lot of fame out like in real life? Because I mean, especially probably now with the golfing stuff, you're definitely going to have it. But do you how many per month do you see somebody that knows you every month?
I mean, for sure. I wouldn't say I'm famous. I stay on the low key, but it's always funny because like I'll be walking and like people will look and like look at me and like almost be awkward about it, but I'm like, I don't know you. I'm not gonna say anything. But it's like I know they know me, but they don't say anything. And it's like I just kind of continue on my way. And so there was this was at the farmers market. Was this on Wednesday or Tuesday night? This guy, I swear I knew him, and he looked exactly like one of my students. And so I went up to him. I was like, "Hey, is this your brother? Like, is Caden your brother?" Is what I asked. And he's like, "No, my name is Jaden, though." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "And I actually know you." And I was like, "What? Like how?" And then his wife comes over and was like, "Oh, you made us a bunch of money because we started selling on Amazon because of you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a small world." And like he was kind of looking at me like as if he knew me, and so that's why I asked him because I was like, "Okay, I feel like his brother is one of my clients," but it ended up that he was one of my clients.
Wow. Yeah,
So like it does happen, and it's super fun to have those encounters and to see people of like the actual impact that we've been able to make. Like that's again for me the most rewarding of it all. Like yes, the money is great. I've made a lot of money, but like nothing is more rewarding and satisfying than having that conversation with this couple and they have two kids and they're like, it's because of you that we made a bunch of money. We still sell our products, but now we have our insurance company. They started an insurance agency and they just opened up a big office space and it's like it's because of you that you kickstarted everything to get the things kind of rolling. And I'm like, dude, that's freaking awesome, that's amazing. And so that's the cool thing with again all these online businesses, whether it's Amazon influencers selling on Amazon, TikTok, or whatever. It's like that may not be your passion right now, but if you are looking for a way to make money, make it your passion. Make the money your passion, and then once you have the money coming in, then take that and put it into something that you're more interested in or that you're more passionate about. But if you don't have money, if you can't just take care of yourself and your bills, like there's no way that you're going to be able to make an impact and do the things that you actually love doing.
was going to say, what do you have to close off with? But that's a pretty good
Yeah.
statement to close with. I think that's awesome. Do you have anything else to add before we leave here?
The biggest thing is I want people that are watching this to realize that like I'm nothing special in terms of like I'm probably one of the stupidest people. Like I'm not very good at when it comes to like speaking. Like I'm not as good with my words. Like I've done hundreds of podcasts and I still struggle with getting across a certain story or a certain point. Like I repeat myself. I have ums and buts. Like I'm not perfect. I have so many issues that I'm working on constantly. And so I don't want anyone to be like, "Oh, well, it's because he's Trevin or he's this and he's done this and he got lucky," or "Oh, I'm not going to be able to do what he's done." But like the reality is you can. Like if you really want it bad enough, like you can do it. And that sounds super cliche, but I've seen so many people just give up and think that they're not cut out for it because for whatever for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. Like there's a lot of reasons, but I'm not perfect. I'm still learning things, and there's so much opportunity out there. And if you can have an abundance mindset, like that's one of the most important things. But yeah, this is now just kind of a downward spiral. This is going back to where one of my that's my flaw. Like I need to get better. Like I'm imperfect. Like I don't have everything figured out. And so that would be the end of it is I'm not perfect. Who cares what other people think, and just go be you and go have fun and make things happen.
I love it.
I heavily disagree that you're a bad speaker. I feel like you might be the easiest person we interview. Like actually, out of everybody, man, you talking this much, like it makes things very easy. And you like,
Well, I probably talk too much is the issue.
no, it's fine. That's how it's supposed to be, man. And you make it easy to bounce off of. So I disagree. I think you're a very good speaker.
I
Very easy to
appreciate that.
interview.
If you guys want viral view, we'll drop a link down below. Where can people follow you?
Just go to Trevin Peterson and you'll find me golfing with my son, and you'll also get a bunch of other content around Amazon influencer, FBA, and all that good stuff. But yeah, Trevin Peterson on all platforms.
Sweet. Like, subscribe, go follow Trevin, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Thank you guys.
Peace.